Hey Bill,
Hello.
how are
Hi,
you?
Bill.
I'm fine. Hello, Tim.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you.
So you're having difficulties?
Well, yeah, a little bit. And it might be like the, yeah, it could be that I have it set up right, but it's just not looking the way that I think that it should. Maybe the difference in the video age and compared to where I'm at. But yeah, my menus don't look the same as yours.
You're talking about on my page
On,
compared to yours?
um, yeah, so when you are going through YouTube and showing how to customize and all those things. There's buttons that aren't available to me that are yeah um, different tabs that you have that aren't available to me the way it's currently set up.
That could be, and I can tell you what the problem is right now. It's
See, I
because
thought,
your channel's young and you're not monetized.
oh
Yep. Because mine's monetized, so I'm making money off of the YouTube. And so there was no way for me to go back and show you one that wasn't monetized. I do now have three other channels that are not monetized, but I
yeah,
probably need to redo that training.
but I just want to make sure it's not a personal one or whatever the difference is you are wanting us to do. Make sure it's branded and whatever. Do you have a way that you could check that if I showed you my screen?
Yeah. I can tell you, I can either tell you how to do it or you can share your screen. Go ahead.
I'm just going to share my screen because it'll be faster in the long run.
Okay.
What
Okay.
market are you in, Bill?
He's in
I
Indiana.
am in Northeast Indiana.
Okay.
Can you see my screen yet?
No.
Well, see, even that. Okay. Hold on. I said share screen. It said lots of people can do that. That's what it's like. Okay, great. Screen. Oh, share. Now we got it.
Yep.
Okay. So let me go to here and get rid of some of this stuff. Um, so here's my channel I created, and I've got the Tube Buddy up here. That
Yep.
was a struggle too. It's like it was there, then it wasn't there because I switched it to something and whatever. But this is my end result right now. Is there a way for me to go here for you to be able to tell?
Let me see if I can. I'm requesting that you let me drive for a second.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's see. So if you go into settings, then let's see. Oh, close. Go into and then go into say, why am I not seeing settings at the bottom?
It's up three. Nope. You
Oh, it
passed.
is? Okay,
Go
yeah,
up.
there we
Right
go.
there you go.
So let's see, channel settings, add or manage your channel. Let's see. So if you do this,
Yep, and I'd been here, so I was on the right track.
you should be able to here we go. Add or remove managers. Manage position. There you go. You have a brand account because it says delete your brand account right there.
But isn't that for Bill and K Realty, which is not the one I want to be brand?
No, that's gonna be hold on. Yeah. Wait a minute.
So when I did advanced settings, I gave it to Bill and K Realty and deleted that, which obviously I didn't delete it, but I said that I did.
Yeah, this should be a branded account right here. Living England, there you go. Let's see. Add or remove managers, your account. And you started out making this a branded account, right?
No,
You know what
I
you're gonna
had,
have to do? You're only allowed to have one branded account. What
okay.
you're probably gonna have to do is delete that other one.
Well, that's what I did earlier. If so, I had, can I? show you what I did?
Yeah. Let me
Yeah,
go back.
on on Drive.
Yep.
Okay, so I had went here settings, which might be the same thing, and then I went to advanced settings, and then now where are we right now? Are we in Bill K Realty?
No, you should be in that living in whatever.
That's what I meant. Yeah, living
Yeah.
in Columbia City. And then I did move the channel. And see, now it's not here. But what I had done, the living was up here, and that Bill and K was a branded channel down here. And I was following what I had looked up to do. And and I got rid of it and swapped. I was supposed to have swapped them. And then when it did that, it said, "Do you want to delete the Bill and K Realty?" And I said, "Yes." And that was still following all the prompts that I had found online, and here I am. Well, you know what though? Yeah, so it's I just signed in with Bill.Dittlinger87, which is where I started this whole thing. Let me try one more thing. I don't want to take all of our time doing this, but switch account. I guess it's the only one. I mean, what's this?
Yeah, they're saying that there's no channel there. It says no channel
Right, and
exists.
that's the one that would have been that Bill and K that you ended up landing on that popped up for us a couple of seconds ago. And then I ended up deleting it. So I don't know. I don't know how what I did. I don't know if it's branded. I'm not sure.
When did you do this? Just in the last couple hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might take a little while for it to take effect, but let's say move channel to Google account or to a different brand channel. Deleting your channel won't close. Click on that where it says move channel to a different brand channel. See what that does. Your
That's the
channel.
living in Columbia City one, though.
Yeah, and that should be so if it's saying move it to another brand channel, that means that's a branded channel. So you've got it set right. It is definitely a
Okay.
branded channel.
Okay. So then let me show you one other thing then while we're in here, and then we can switch topics or whatever. Well, all right. Settings. Maybe I need you to drive for a second. I want to go back to the settings where you try to I can't remember the word that I was looking for. You were brand hold on. You were in a menu where you were changing the look of it and the background of it, and I can't remember the word that I'm looking for now. Yes, customize.
Yeah.
And when did the customize, is that what you were saying doesn't?
So what I normally do, like if you go here and you go down to YouTube Studio,
Yes, studio, that's right.
yep, and you go over here to the left to the settings, and then here's all your upload defaults and all that. So this is where
That-
there's a chat GPT prompt to put all the stuff in for your defaults. And then
okay.
this is where you'll set up your channel. This is why I'm telling you yours is going to look a little different from mine because my channel is monetized.
Okay. So that customization that's over here off to the left with the magic wand,
that I was just in.
no,
Oh, close.
has a magic. It was a couple up from there. Customization has the magic wand next to it on the far left-hand corner.
Far left-hand corner.
There. So
Okay.
these tabs up here, you had like 4 or 5 tabs. Is that going to have to be monetized to see those extra tabs?
No, they'll show up once you do your playlists and all that kind of good stuff. So this is where you set up your home tab. Then you'll have different playlists that go in here. Um, so you got
Okay.
all this set
On
up.
your video, when you clicked on that, you had like 4 or 5 tabs across there that you were going through. But that's why I got confused. Okay. Well, I won't take up any more time. We can do a sidebar at some point if I'm still confused. But
Well, this should get you.
and you could and even if I got it wrong, we can get it switched later, right?
Yeah, the only time, like if you don't have a branded channel for some reason and then you decide to switch it later, the only thing that it'll hurt is you'll lose any comments that you have on any of your videos. So it doesn't
Okay.
really hurt anything, just your comments go away.
Okay. Makes sense. Okay.
Because, see, I
Um,
didn't start a branded channel on mine. So, like, I'm at the point right now where I do not have a branded channel. So,
oh, okay.
yeah, so if I tried to switch mine now, I would lose all my comments, which would probably not be a good thing. Um, so
I'm,
if I wanted to get rid of the channel, like if I wanted to sell it, then I would
yeah,
have to also sell my Gmail account. I'd have to just sell my login.
gotcha. I'm done sharing, but I can't figure out how to exit. Oh, it's up here. No, am I?
Should be a red button that says stop share.
Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Sorry about that. Okay, got it.
You're all good. Does that solve your problem so far?
I We'll see. I think so.
Okay. Well,
Hi.
good.
Andy, I had some questions. I actually put in a questions for the office hours, and I thought it was at 1 and it was at 11, so I missed it.
Uh,
Um,
that's okay. There'll be another one tomorrow.
and so I put in a question on the office hours, and but what it is I was going through the attract ROI. So it goes through, shows you step by step on how to get things set up. Do I need to be doing that, or is Julian doing that for me?
That's going to be a question for Julian because they just changed that stuff. Tim, do you know the answer to that?
No,
No,
because
Julian's
I
very
had it.
involved, but I don't know if, what changes they've made staffing wise. It's because they've rearranged some things, made it a little easier, more efficient.
Okay, so all of those questions, is that for Julian then? Because I had a couple questions like my Connect Google Calendar. I was trying to connect that, and my business location is saying that suspended. Google for complying with guidelines. So it from the way I understood it is now my calendar is not connected because there's something wrong with my business location on my Google My Business, I think.
Yeah. Did you try to put a business address in as
I did actually. I have 3 different ones in there. I tried using Portofino. I tried using Emerald Isle. What do you do? How do you do it?
it ain't going to let you do that since they're already established businesses? I don't have an address. I just have an area. Like mine says Orange Beach, Alabama.
So I can go in there and just don't put an address, just put like
I don't
Pensacola
ha
Beach or something?
You're
I don't
going
have
to
an
have to,
address either.
huh?
I don't have an address either. I just worked through this issue this week.
Yeah, the way I solved mine was I had to call Google. I had to get a Google support on the phone and
Okay,
tell them that we, like with EXP, we don't have a dedicated address. So, we're a virtual company. And so they were like, "Okay, so what area do you work in?" I said, "Orange Beach, Alabama." I said, "Baldwin County, really?" And so the guy goes, "Oh, okay, well I can change it, but I have to change it on my end." So whatever he did, fixed it.
okay. And where do I get the Google number from? Because I've been trying to do this for like a year, and every time I do it, it won't let me go past not having an address.
Yeah, they have to do it on their end.
Okay.
I know this is going to sound strange and you're going to think I'm being a smart aleck when I say this, but I'm not. The way that I would get to Google is just to Google it. But
Yeah,
yeah, either that or ask ChatGPT because ChatGPT will dig into it for you and tell you it. Either it'll tell you how to fix it and just tell it, say, I don't have a dedicated address. I don't have an office.
okay, okay.
Now, Aileen put her home address as her address on her business page, but I mean, I didn't do that on mine. I just put an area.
Yeah, I would rather do that. I really don't want to put my home address on there.
Yeah, for obvious reasons. You don't want some stalker finding you.
Right, right.
But I also think, I tell you who you need to talk to in office hours is Jimmy. Jimmy
Jimmy.
is an absolute genius when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Okay,
And he's probably going to be the one that's handling office hours anyway until they can find a replacement for Christian or whatever. So,
okay. Well, because I wasn't sure how much I was supposed to do versus how much Julian would be doing or somebody during my onboarding. So I just started doing it.
yeah, I think you're not hurting anything just by going through there, but I do think that they are set up to do the majority of the stuff for you now.
Okay,
Before it was the other way. Um, it was um, Tim just put in the chat whatever that is. What's that at Mr. Jimmy? Is that
That's
his
I think
YouTube?
that's his handle.
Okay. Um,
That's all I had. I don't have a phone number for him, right? I put that in there, but at
and
least you'll have the name.
you'll appreciate this, Vicky. Jimmy is the one who is the original partner of Levi Lassick. Jimmy's the one who started the channel for Levi.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
So
So
he's
Jimmy knows. Jimmy knows.
pretty knowledgeable then, yeah.
Yeah, extremely.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I looked at because the thing is, I kept all day. I kept saying 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock. I got to go on office hours. I go on there and then nothing's happening. I look at my calendar. It says coaching 1 o'clock is what I had on my calendar, not office hours. I'm like, and I go and check office hours. For one thing, it says Eastern time, so I had to subtract an hour. I'm like, crap, it's 11 o'clock. Like I missed it
Yeah.
by 2 hours.
Well, the good thing is there's one every day.
Yeah.
So, well, one every day, Monday through Friday.
Right. So,
Yeah, and office hours, that's all your attract ROI, all your funnel stuff, all your A2P, all that stuff with the funnels. And this hour is YouTube specific.
okay.
And I only say that, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but if we had 20 people on here and we're talking about something no one else has an interest in, that'd be a problem. But obviously,
Right.
Bill, I guess you're doing funnels too, it sounds like, with Kathy.
I'm not. I would like to be, but I haven't got set up with that. I don't know how to.
Gotcha. Well, that's something Kathy can get you set up for if you're interested in doing lead gen with Facebook and Instagram ads.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, and it marries together pretty good with your YouTube channel because what they do is they kind of get you to do 12 videos that now their idea of videos and mine are two different things, but they're going to try to get you to do 12 faceless videos at about 2.5 to 3 minutes each, which are just quick little tours of new construction to set up the new construction funnel. I personally would do them a different way, but the 12 videos that they tell you to do is a quick kill. It gets you up and rolling. That's what the purpose of it is they
Okay,
want you to get those 12 videos done so you can start getting leads rolling in.
got it.
So, but yeah, and I don't know if y'all saw, Tim did the message come through that I updated because Vicky, you were asking about the links in the Nick Krim training. So
Yeah,
all the Google Docs that he mentions during the training, I had forgotten to put them in the link. So, but I did fix it.
yeah.
So those are
Yeah.
in there. So all you have to do is, I think I have them available for everybody. So I think anyone with the link can open them. Because all I did was copy Nick stuff.
Okay.
But you should be good to go there. And then we did some incredible stuff yesterday. No, Tim. Yeah, it was yesterday, wasn't it? That guy, the Chat GPT guy, yesterday. Were you there for the whole training?
I'm drawing a blank.
So he did the deep research. Sean's
Oh yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I haven't dug down the rabbit hole on that yet, but I'm going to. And when I do, I'm going to put a training up on the magnetic marketing to show people how to do the deep research because you can hone in on that. That is amazing.
I have down there's an AI boot camp on Thursday. Do you guys know about that?
Nope.
No,
No. Okay.
if you want AI, Nick Krim's your guy.
Yeah, we have a whole playlist on our channel with all the AI trainings. There's about what 10 or 12 of them now.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
13, I think. Yeah, yep, 13 of them, and then I'm adding a 14th this week, so or should be either this week or next week. And that was the one where he told it to where you give it, 6 months down the road, if you do exactly what you're supposed to do every single day and make a minimum amount of phone calls, what would your life look like in 6 months? And it'll tell you. And then you ask it to tell if you didn't do it, if you were lazy and didn't do anything, what your life would look like in 6 months. And it's eye opening. So you sit there and go, what?
Interesting. Nice comparable.
So does anybody need any help with anything else?
No, I'm not really doing the YouTube stuff right now. I'm doing the tracked ROI and the cash cow right now,
Yep, your biggest rock in your shoe is getting leads. We got to get you leads.
for sure.
So yeah, we need those funnels turned on.
Yeah, I know there was a lot because when I started diving into it, there was there was so much that I had to start writing things down because I'm like, what is this? It was there's the Freedom Funnel Club, then there's Digital Presidential Academy, and then yeah, and then Cash Cow, and then Attract ROI, and Dominant Listing Agent, and then Freedom Agent. I'm like, what? I'm like, I gotta, what is that? So yeah,
You need a dictionary.
Hey,
yeah.
and then next they're going to show you the list of 24 funnels that are available.
Well, I even had to, so then because I'm like, oh my God, like, how do I even get to this stuff? So then I started writing the address of how to get to it. So now, of course, it's coming, like digitalpresidentacademy.com. So I wrote it down. So that's like today when I was like, how do I get to this meeting again? And, because that's in school, so that there's just so much. So yeah, I got to write everything down.
Welcome to my world. Bill, you've been wanting to say something for 10 minutes.
Have I? Have I?
Yeah.
No, I mean, the only thing I was going to ask was because I'm not main. my main thing is not Freedom Team. My main thing is up here with the Cavender team. But I didn't know if I could get connected to your calendar to see some of the stuff that y'all are talking about.
Of course.
How do I get connected with that? Or could I have it sent to me? Or what?
I'm going to give it to you right now.
You're going to drop it like it's hot, aren't you?
Yep. This is the website, which I am in the middle of updating that website. So it's going to be a whole new website here shortly.
But the same
Prob-
address?
Probably by the end of the week. Yeah, it'll be the same address.
Okay.
And that's what I've been working on for 3 months now. And I'm getting real close to being completely done with this website. I have been building this thing I
All
wouldn't
right.
say from scratch, but I've had to change so much and add so, I mean, it's just been, woof, it's been crazy. Tim and I are actually meeting in person tomorrow to talk about it because it's so
All
nuts.
right.
But anyway, but that's where you'll find everything. That's where you'll find all the trainings. You can also find all the recordings. It'll link back to the YouTube page where all the recordings live, for all the trainings and everything. And then also the Zoom links in there so you can jump on. Tuesdays are fantastic trainings. Tuesdays at 10 o'clock Central. And then all the trainings are at 10 o'clock Central, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So if you can jump on that Freedom Team Zoom.live and you can jump into any one of those trainings at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time every day. And there's a training.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Um, well, you were talking about the training. Which one is that, Andy?
These are for Tuesday's training is production. So like if you never know what kind of golden nugget you're going to pick up. We've had anything from the AI training to there's this guy named Aaron Ken who's done Google My Business training. I've gone on there and done I think three, haven't I, Tim? Three
Yep.
YouTube trainings. There's been, oh my God, a lady 2 weeks ago did one on Instagram that was, if you're into that thing, if you want to do Instagram, it was amazing. She showed you how to use mini chat, and she is getting like 600 leads a month for free off of using mini chat and combined with Instagram. It's just
Cool.
crazy. So, but you just pick up little things that people are doing, and it's some of the top producers around in the world, and they're just telling you what they're doing and how they're doing it. They're all a part of EXP, but you don't have to be a part of EXP to join us on the training. I mean, you can
Mhm.
just jump on.
And those are all at 10 o'clock. Is that every day or just Tuesdays?
Yeah, Tuesday's the production training, and then Wednesday we do a connect to collaborate, which I like Wednesday better than I do Tuesday, just because we all sit there and bounce ideas off of each other. There's probably
Mhm.
35 or 40 people in the room, and we just kind of do what we're doing right now, where we ask if anybody has a question or if anybody has any ideas that they're doing. Like, somebody might come on there and say, I have a listing I can't sell right now. Can anybody help me with it? And then people start going, well, are you doing this? Are you doing that? What are you doing here? Do this, do that, so that there's just ideas being bounced back and forth. It's just a great way to collaborate,
Okay.
find out all kind of good stuff.
So those are always at 10 o'clock though, like
Yep,
the
10
Tuesday and
o'clock
the
Central.
Wednesday?
Yep.
Hmm. Yeah, the
And
Okay.
Monday, Thursday.
it makes it even better when you're a part of EXP.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I'm
Monday,
sure.
Thursdays more about attracting agents to EXP. So you're probably not interested in that at this point, but definitely
Yeah.
check out the Tuesday, Wednesday. Not that
Okay.
you can't come on Monday and Thursday. I just think you'd be bored.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
But those
Wednesday,
Tuesday,
the agenda
Wednesdays are
builds
great.
itself.
Yeah. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I just said Wednesday, the agenda builds itself. We
Yeah.
have no agenda. The questions people ask builds the agenda, and we end up talking about two, three, four topics based on the Q&A.
Yeah. And I have a history of hijacking those meetings.
That's because somebody asks you a question and you get a long answer.
I know, right? I do
Bill, if
love to
you're doing
talk.
any agent attraction, you should go Mondays and Thursdays. Monday, we interview a rock star attractor, and Thursdays is a Q&A about attraction. And again, same Zoom link, same time.
Where is the Zoom link?
I'll give it to you. It's on that website, but I'll give it to you. It's
It's in Freedom Team support?
mm-hmm.
Okay, I
Yep.
can,
Freedom Team Zoom.live. Should be up on the top of that calendar.
Freedom, yep, I see it.
That's it. And then
Okay,
it's going to be easier when the new website gets launched because there'll be a big blue button that says connect with Zoom and you just click it and you're right there.
okay. All right, I'll add that to my list too.
It's like drinking from a fire hose. Hey, listen,
Yes,
just wait, and Bill can attest to this. Just wait until you join EXP and watch all the stuff that's available to you. You'll be like, "Holy cow! I cannot believe that all this stuff is." Because EXP University is a whole nother world. We haven't even mentioned that to you. But once
yeah,
you get involved with EXP, you can get an EXP University. What is it, Tim? Like 80 hours a week worth of training?
Yep. All live.
Yeah. So
yeah,
any subject you can think of, if you want training on it, they do it for free.
Fantastic.
yeah. I was drinking out of a fire hose just getting all of this stuff.
Yeah.
I actually had to go get, because I'm like, wait, now what is this? I had to look up to see what it was. And I'm like, this is something different now.
Yeah.
I actually went back and started watching some of the other things because I was getting so confused. It was so much. So I
Yeah.
just went back and, started looking at some of them again just to be like, okay, now I know where I am.
For me, because there's so much, I really had to start thinking about like, okay, so what am I trying to create? What is my personality? What fits me? And then I started ignoring a lot of noise on purpose.
Yeah.
My team here does a lot of smile and dial, and they're super excited if they make 80 calls within an hour, and I would rather throw up. Nobody's doing what Andy's doing with my team, so that's why I joined with Andy because I was thinking about doing that prior to even joining EXP, but had no knowledge of how to do it. And now here's a step by step by step, and somebody who actually answers my text. So it's really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot when you first get in. You're just like, holy cow, which way do I go? And then once you finally figure out your lane, then you go, okay, well, all this other,
That's
like you said, get the noise out.
that's the key is figuring out your lane because you could be in training 40 and 50 hours a week and never sell a house.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're like, oh, and I used to be guilty of, and Tim will tell you that we still have a lot of people that we talk to almost on a daily basis who are like this, but they see it's like, okay, this is cool. I got to learn this. I got to learn this. I got to learn this. And then they go, ooh,
Squirrel.
ooh, shiny. And then they take off over here. And then they look at this for a few minutes and then they go, oh, no, no, no. I really need to learn this. I really need to. Oh, what was that? Was that a bird? And then they take off over here. So it's like the newer, shinier penny. And I've just kind of cut all that noise out. When I discovered YouTube, I was like, this is it. This is the way I'm going. So
Right.
and we just had one. Uh, Tim, I don't know if you were on that call. I think last Wednesday. Um, yeah, last week Wednesday when the guy got on there telling me that he first off he looked me up on Zillow. I'm not going to mention his name, but he looked me up on Zillow and he said how can you be selling a coaching program whenever you don't even have any sales listed on Zillow? I said. You're right, I don't. I said, because I don't sell real estate. I said, I don't care about all the vanity matrix. I don't care. I'm not the realtor out here going, hey, look at me. Look how great I am. Look at how many houses I sold. That stuff doesn't matter to me. I said, but now I also have a business partner who is a 6-time icon agent who, if you look at her sales, She probably has $30 million under her belt for the year for last year. I said, but half of that's mine. I just don't put my name on it. So I don't care about that. That's why we didn't start an official team, because we didn't want to, that stuff didn't matter. I just wanted the money, and I wanted to teach other people how to do it. That's it. I don't, the rest of it doesn't matter to me. I'm not out here beating my chest going, look at how great I am. I mean, no, I don't care about all that. So, like we talked about before when you were signing up, Bill, to me, all the glory goes to God. And as long as I can tell everybody I see that I owe everything I have done to the man upstairs, then the rest of it
Yep.
don't matter. So,
Right. Well, and I'm trying to look for, and I just started doing that this week now that I've found this, is connectivity with the other training. So what goes along and enhances this thing that, because I made an investment to do this. And when I spend money on something, now I feel obligated, right? Gotta show the wife that I can actually do it. Um,
right.
but I think the Facebook and Instagram funnels, I'm already creating content. You can just share it in more places. And then the other Instagram thing you're talking about where the chat thing, whatever, I'm going to go look that video up as soon as I can because I feel like that's another anything that's free. Um, and I don't have to pay my team leader 50% because he gave me the lead. That's awesome.
Yeah, 100%.
But they all go together. I'm not like, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, mini chat may not be free. Do you remember, Andy?
There's a cost to it. I think you
It,
can
Uh,
it's
do.
nominal.
Yeah, it is. It's very low, but
okay.
there's certain things you can do in it for free. I mean, it
Yeah,
gives you like so many credits a month or something like
yeah.
that.
So what that is, Bill, when you
Yeah.
say type um, open for the list of open houses this weekend. So it reads the post and executes what's behind open, and open will send the person that typed open all the open houses this week in your area. That's a kind of a silly example, but you can
Mm,
program tasks behind certain words that you tell people to type as a comment in social, and then it executes what's behind that comment for you. It's really pretty slick.
pretty cool.
And Bill, you don't
Okay.
have to go find the video. There it is in the chat. I just put the link to it in there.
Look at you taking care of me. All right.
Mhm.
Copy.
What does that video take you? Is that for the
It's called Reels to Deals. She basically shows you how she does. She just started posting one video a day. And she's from, where's she from? Czech Republic or something,
I can't remember.
but anyway, she said when she came into this country, she had $300 in her pocket and she didn't even have a place to live. So but now oh my gosh, I mean, she's a multi-million-dollar real estate agent. And she did it all from Instagram. She does Instagram and Facebook reels, and she just posts one a day. And what she does is just like these little quick little walkthroughs or a quick little walkthrough of a restaurant or whatever, the kind of the same stuff we're doing on YouTube. But the problem with the reels and the I'll tell you the difference kind of in a real short synopsis.
No
The
pun intended.
Yeah, the whole thing behind the Instagram and the Facebook Reels is you get people with short attention spans, so they're swipers. So you have to basically, if you think about like a funnel system, you've got to pour thousands upon thousands of leads into the top of that funnel to get one to drip out. So if that makes sense. So she's producing 600 leads a month, but she's having to cultivate those leads down the road, and probably 90% of them are trash. They're just not good leads. But she's working on a volume aspect. It's kind of like a Major League Baseball player. If you bat 250, you make it in the major leagues. Well, that just means you struck out 75% of the time. But the fact is, you were swinging that bat. So you've got to swing the bat. So, but with YouTube, it's so different because we're not getting that many views on our stuff. and we're not getting that many leads. I'm probably getting 3 to 4 leads a week at this point, but they're so much higher quality leads because they sit in front of a TV and watch my videos for maybe hours. They sit there and watch a certain neighborhood or new construction, whatever, but they'll walk themselves through the whole channel. And then by the time they're done, they're picking up the phone going, "Hey, we've been watching your channel for over a year and we finally have cash and we're ready to buy." We're about to put a $2.5 million house in Bear Point under contract, probably at the end of probably at the end middle of August. I think is when they're going to be here, but they've already made a preliminary offer on it, and they're in the talks. But so hopefully we'll get it buttoned up here shortly. And it was all from the channel. I mean, they literally called and said, "We've been watching your videos. We love it. We'll be down there, blah, 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 blah." I mean, it's just that easy. But she's having to, so this mini chat does the calling for her. So what it does is, like, if they responded to a video, they leave a comment, whatever, she has it all automated through that mini chat so that it filters out the bad leads. So that when she finally does get a hold of somebody, it's somebody who's gone through her entire system. So that's kind of the way it works. It works like our funnel system that Vicky's involved with. It works in the same concept.
Right.
So yeah, YouTube and Instagram 101. You got it here today.
All right.
So, anybody got anything else?
No, I got some videos to watch.
Yep. Me too. And I've got website to finish up, and I'm almost done. I just got to figure out the calendar integration. I think we'll be done.
Okay.
Awesome.
I need to figure out my Google, my business, because it's not verified, and I think that's going to be a problem with the calendar linking.
It shouldn't, because he can create you a calendar within Go High Level, and you really don't need it to link. You could link it with a different. Are you an Apple user? Do you have a Mac by any chance?
No.
I was going to say you can connect it to your iCal, because I have mine connected through both. But you can always, you don't already have a Google My Business established?
No, I've been trying to get it and it won't verify.
Well,
And then it always
that's
tells
the
me,
reason why. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to call them. Then you're going to have to take a picture of yourself. You're going to have to take a picture of yourself, like a selfie, send it in. You're going to have to take a picture of your driver's license. I think you have to have another form of ID. I took a picture of my passport. And then you have to send that in so they can verify who you actually are. That is also what you're going to need for your A2P number when you're getting that registered. And Julian will do all that for you. Julian or Jimmy, well, one of those will do it, I'm sure. But they register your A2P number. So what that is that allows you to send people text messages and phone calls through the system. If you don't have that, you can't send them. So,
hey, all right.
all right. Well, if nobody's got anything, then
Okay.
this
Nope.
was a good call.
Well,
Yep,
thank
good
you.
stuff. Thank you all for showing up.
Okay,
You too.
see you
See you
again
next week.
next week.
All right. See y'all.
Bye.